Hello, guys. This is Pinkie, the housewife. I'm coming to you today with something that's going on today, uh, April the 15th. Right now, it's been a school shooting, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Okay, they say Dallas Fort Worth, Texas, but it's actually in Dallas, closer to Dallas than Fort Worth. Uh, is Dallas Fort Worth, Texas is the metroplex, so it's in Dallas. Okay, but before I do that, let me just say that everything is alleged. This is my opinion only, and everything is made for entertainment and educational purposes. Okay, here's my thumbnail. Um, I've been talking to people already to find out exactly what's going on and everything. So I did make a couple phone calls to see what was going on. Hi, Linda Gamble. Thank you for coming in. I know I just dropped this video, this live, but we have a school shooting that's going on in the Dallas Fort Worth area. Oh Lord, did I misspell school? SCHOOL. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll correct that in just a minute. I was typing real fast to get this up. I'm going to go ahead and put on the live video and then I'll correct that thumbnail. I just happen to look over at it and see it. But I'm going to put the live video up and let everybody see it. As I get that up, can I have everybody to go ahead and hit that like button coming in? And then if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I have it on both channels, Pinkie, the housewife, and then on Pink Global. Let me check. Wait, hold on for 1 second. Okay, I just had to let my daughter know what was going on. She just walked through the door. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here, Miss Harrison. I'm getting ready to get those live videos up for you all right now. I've just got through talking to my daughter, trying to let her know what's going on because she's just walking through the door. Let me get that up for you all. Uh, whew, I mean, this is, you don't expect these things to be going on in our school system. Let me take this comment down so I can go ahead and get it up right quick. Uh, I'm going to go with the Dallas Fort Worth news first, news in Dallas first. Let me pull up on Dallas first. I've been watching several different. Oh, I don't want to watch them. Oh, did I just say that? Oh, uh, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't want to watch that news outlet. Okay, let me get it on up. Okay, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button coming in. Okay. Okay. Mm. Okay, we're gonna look at channel 8 news WFAA, and let me just cast it to you right now. Thank you all. And this is Wilmer-Hutchins High School. Okay, Wilmer-Hutchins High School. Okay, let me unmute it and put a 1 in the box if y'all can hear it.
We have 3 gunshot victims and 1 person
Hi, Alice.
Is what we've been told. One of the victims is of unknown age. The other 3 victims are between 15 and 18 years old, so clearly students here at Wilmer-Hutchins. We're being told of those four victims, the range of their conditions are from non-life-threatening condition to serious condition as well. So we're trying to get some more information. David Evans tells us he'll get me another update here at 4:30, so in about just under an hour. So we'll get some more information on those victims. We did ask which victims were sent to which hospital. We're hearing about Baylor and Methodist. He says he does not have that information just yet, but we'll try to get you that information.
Jobin Puneker, that's great new information, and it really changes the storyline here for us as we've been covering this for a few hours on WFAA Plus and on television as well. This is a much more serious incident than we originally understood. Jason Evans from Dallas Fire Rescue telling Jobin Puneker there that 4 people have been shot. We originally understood it was 1 person who was shot. 4 people have been shot. 3 of them with gunshot wounds were ages 15 to 18 years old, clearly students there at Wilmer-Hutchins High School this afternoon. Another person who suffered a graze wound, the age is not known on that person. But one of the most important pieces of information, Chris, that Jobin just shared is these conditions are not just non-life threatening. They now range from non-life threatening to stable condition. Mm-hmm. That clearly explains why Dallas Fire Rescue took 3 of them to Baylor, Scott and White in downtown Dallas, which is a level 1 trauma center.
And then the 4th to Methodist.
And North Oak Cliff. Yeah, too. That is substantial new information. It really changes things.
It does. It raises questions about whether was there one target and incidental fire that hit several other students, or were several students targeted? Obviously, that's more of an investigative question that would be put to law enforcement. And again, we have reporters, we have people here in our newsroom working their sources with the police department and with other authorities as well to try to get some of those details. But again, I think you really hit the nail on the head to say, now that we know that 3 students suffered gunshot wounds, that certainly raises the level of what's happened here this afternoon.
And I think it also explains why we're seeing the police response remain what it is. If 1 person was grazed by this, I'm not sure the police response would still remain as it is hours later. Maybe it would. But now that we know there are 4 people who have been injured, who were shot at Wilmer-Hutchins High School, that really changes things. One thing that Dallas ISD is doing as it's reunifying parents with their students here in the bleachers at the stadium, they're providing counselors to the parents, to anyone in the community, to the students as well. We've had on the line with us for a few minutes here Brad Schwall, a friend of ours here at WFAA. He's from the Center for Integrative Counseling. Brad, as you talk to somebody who's just gone through a traumatic event like this, how do you walk them through? Because this one's a little different. The same thing happened here a year earlier. What do you say to help them put things in perspective?
Yes, you've heard it on the interviews. There is that adrenaline rush in the moment, the students there, and you heard an interviewee say, I've been here before, and even that memory of that adrenaline rush. The counselors who come on site are a calming presence and listening for emotion, of course, and just that initial debrief. But you've also heard that progression of emotion. The fear of the parents coming to see what's happening, relief, but then also the broader questions.
And Brad, in these situations, we always report that, a school district or a place is going to have counselors on staff for anyone who needs it. How often do people actually take advantage of that?
They do take advantage of it. Often I have seen even the faculty and staff benefit in some ways the most because as they're watching and thinking about taking care of the kids, those who are the responders there are in tune with their emotions. So districts want to provide that, want to make it available, and no matter what, no matter how many students are spoken to, that presence is sending a message that the community does care, but there also is that benefit of the staff having someone else there because there is so much responsibility on them. So such an important part of the overall process. But once the emergency lights have gone away, there still is a response, and there still is a need for being in tune with how the students, how the parents, how the staff are feeling.
And Brian, just to that point, it can be incredibly frustrating and difficult to discern, how a teenager is feeling at any given moment. They can be stoic, they can giggle or laugh at inappropriate times. It can be hard to know, like, really what's going on in their heads and their hearts. How important is it going to be for the parents in sort of the days and weeks to come to keep checking in with their children to make sure that they are processing this in a healthy way?
It's very important. We are taking their lead. So because when we do push, sometimes kids kind of recoil from that. We're also certainly not telling them they shouldn't feel a certain way. We let them take the lead. And sometimes we do what we call universalizing. We make it a universal thing to say to them, hey, no matter what, I know that there's probably something going on in your head, something that you're feeling, and people might, and I know often people are still scared, they're still worried. So sometimes with youth, talking about others makes it a little safer rather than saying, how are you feeling? Are you sure? Are you sure? Or for sure, not telling them how they should feel.
Yeah, it's interesting, that range of emotions, because like Chris pointed out, we've seen students who don't know how to process it there, who are kind of giggling about it, but they haven't really gone through it yet. And then we've heard from plenty of parents who are upset, who are, yelling expletives, I believe one of our reporters mentioned, because this is something that unfortunately we see too often, but a lot of folks just don't know how to handle this. Brad, I always appreciate the insight that you always bring, and the calmness you have in conveying that as well too.
Thank you.
And just to reiterate here, at 3:50, this story has taken a pretty serious turn here in the last few moments since we heard from Job and Puneker just a moment ago. This is a much more serious incident, clearly why we're seeing law enforcement on scene for so long, why the city of Dallas is bringing its mobile command center there, why there are a number of law enforcement agencies there, including federal agents from the ATF. That's because we now know there were 4 people who were shot at Wilmer-Hutchins High School right after lunch today. 3 of those are teenagers, and they are apparently students. Their conditions range from non-life-threatening to stable condition. A 4th person was grazed by a bullet, and these 4 patients are spread out between Baylor Scott and White near downtown Dallas and Methodist Hospital in North Oak Cliff.
Jason, we've been lucky to have you here to providing all this context and expertise. I know you've got to run because you have an interview that you've got to do here at the top of the hour. So I just wanted to say thank you.
I'm going to hand it off to Teresa Woodard, who has been watching this the whole time too.
Yeah, we're going to bring in Teresa. We'll do that changeover. But while we do that, I want to try to get out to, is it Brittany Moncrief? Okay, let's get back out to Brittany Moncrief for an update. She's been at the scene. She's been outside the school. I'm told now we just lost her signal, which, hey, these kind of technical issues will come up. And now I'm told she's back. Just like that, we got it fixed. So let's get back out to Brittany Moncrief for a sense of what you're seeing and hearing right now.
Well, Chris, right now we're still over near the elementary school. We actually moved closer to the elementary school.
Okay, I'm told that we just lost Brittany's shot again. These kind of technical problems will pop up from time to time, but she's been in that area. Just want to.
Does not mean they're having
you got the high school here, Wilmer-Hutchins High School. The elementary school is literally right down Langdon Road, maybe 0.2 of a mile, and.
Let me just say, it's not my video. It's they are having technical problems. He just let you know they are having technical problems. So not on my end, okay?
We know from what Brittany told us earlier, when these gunshots first started going off, this would have been right after 1 p.m. this afternoon, some of the students near the front of the high school just ran out and they ran over to the elementary school to try to take cover. So there have been some of the parents and some of the students massing up there waiting for their parents to arrive. I'm told we do have Jobin Punniker up now. He has also been reporting. And Jobin, I think the last update you gave us in terms of the injuries, the gunshot injuries, really changed the perspective of what's happened there at Wilmer-Hutchins High School.
Well, as soon as we got that news, again, we had been under the impression that this was all non-life threatening. We had been telling parents, because parents are coming up to us and asking, what are the conditions of the kids, of the children? And we've been saying non-life threatening because that's what we heard at the onset. And now when Jason Evans walks up to us and says, no, we have 3 victims with gunshot wounds, that immediately piqued our interest. Obviously, anything like this happening is already incredibly sad and incredibly tragic and traumatic. And now we're hearing we have 3 students with 3 people with gunshot wounds, 1 person with a graze wound, and that just sort of heightens all of this. We're hearing about a press conference that's going to happen at some point. We're hearing about an emailed release that may also happen at 4:30. This is from Dallas Fire Rescue. Jason Evans says he cannot do anything on camera at this point. I think they're wanting to do something much larger. Generally, the way this works and the way it worked last year was that I think closer to about 5, 6 o'clock, they had a larger contingent with the district, as well as the Dallas County judge, the Dallas County superintendent, everybody here in a press conference. I think they're waiting for all these pieces to move through to come here to this location to sort of give us a little more information about what has actually happened here. Again, still a fluid scene. The media is now just waiting here to get more information. Until that happens, we're kind of just waiting for this press conference to happen. Traffic is still now moving through. Parents are still coming in. Again, it's been kind of sparse. A lot of the family members are opting to be on the other side of the street where the media is not. They're trying to just get their kids home, which is understandable. They're feeling a lot of things, and that's it's understandable that they do not want to talk to us, and we also don't want to be infringing on their space right now that they desperately want.
Jobin, again, the update from Jobin was that 3 of these students, somewhere in the range of 15 to 18 years old, did suffer gunshot wounds, and a 4th person was grazed by a bullet.
That's definitely a turnaround from what we were thinking when this all began to unfold right around 1 p.m. or so. So I'm Teresa Woodard, stepping in for Jason Wiley, who's been holding down the fort over here for the last several hours. Chris, you and Jason together doing a fantastic job of walking viewers at home through exactly what we know. But let's just kind of bring everybody up to speed again as we are awaiting the top of the hour and potentially going to hear from law enforcement, Dallas ISD at some point. They've told us that they should be bringing us a briefing around 4 o'clock. We'll see if it starts right at the top of the hour. We'll certainly bring that to you. But again, like you said, that news from Jobin Punniker there on the scene talking to Dallas Fire Rescue, but it does set the scene for a bit of a different kind of investigation that's going to unfold. We know that 4 people were shot, 3 of them between the ages of 15 and 18 years old, the 4th an age unknown. We know they've gone to Baylor Scott and White and Methodist as well. We do know, and this is an important piece of information, none of those injuries are life-threatening. That is a relief for any family who has someone at Wilmer-Hutchins. And again, as we said, this happened around lunchtime. You and Jason have been dissecting this. We know that the big question everybody is going to ask is, how did this happen again? Because it was 1 year ago this week that a student was shot inside Wilmer-Hutchins. That one we came to learn was because a metal detector did detect a gun that was coming through, but it was sort of disregarded at that moment. So a lot of the parents who are currently waiting to try to reunify with the students there are going to have a lot of questions.
Let's try to bring in Brittany Moncrief again to get a sense of how this reunification effort is going now. Has there been any change from what you can see?
Absolutely, Chris. We're over here near the elementary school, and now some of those elementary school students are being let out. They are being reunited with their parents. We're told that they're letting the students out one at a time. The parents come, they show their ID, they say who their student are, and then they are allowed to be with their student. Now, we told that it took a little bit. One of the parents told us because they had to make sure that the buses were able to get the high school students from the back, and then they were going to start dismissing the elementary school. So that's what's taking place right behind me. There's still a line of parents that are waiting outside to get their students. But again, we're over at the elementary school where parents are picking up their students, and they are starting to come out now. Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Brittany. Again, about 900 students attend Wilmer-Hutchins High School. It's a high school right where 45 and 20 meet. So it will take some time to sort of process all those IDs and make sure all those kids are able.
There should be a press conference, guys, coming up soon. They're supposed to be having a press conference and let us know everything within the next couple minutes. That's what I'm waiting on. Okay.
What they went through today. I mean, this is going to be something that takes the students a while to process. I know you've been
and welcome everybody for all coming back to thank you guys for all coming back. I know this is, and Linda Gamble, we're going to be praying for you, okay? You and your family, your grandson, okay? We're going to be praying for him. I already told my husband what's going on. He already heard. And I talked to some people already that's near that area and everything. So thank you, Gemini, for coming back. What a mess. It is a mess, isn't it? Let me hear what he's saying right quick.
Since the first call went out about an active shooter, we now know 3 people suffered gunshot wounds. 1 person was grazed by a bullet. And our last reporting was that they do not have a suspect in custody as of this moment. We're going to take a break now. We're just quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to start WFAA News at 4.
I want to watch and see about this press conference. This is WFAA News, Channel 8. This is Channel 8 News in Dallas, Fort Worth. We're going to, y'all can see what's going on. So far that it's 4 o'clock now. 3 kids got pow. 1 got grazed by the pow. I think the school, some of the kids start running out. One father said his son ran and jumped out the window. I was watching earlier, about an hour ago. His son ran and jumped out the window and ran over to the elementary school that's close by. And a lot of kids was doing the same thing, running over to the elementary school to either take cover or to get away or maybe to get help or whatever. I'm not sure of their thinking, but their parents have been speaking, and we'll try to catch some of that. It bothers me that they don't have a suspect. Oh yeah, the suspect is still at large. And I'm wondering why. I can't wait to hear more facts. If that person is still out, that person probably would do this to someone else. Anybody who gets in his way. Good afternoon. Okay, let's hear it.
For WFAA News at 4, I want to welcome you to our breaking news coverage of an incident
Maureen,
at Wilmer-Hutchins High School. We have been on the air since a little after 1 o'clock this afternoon, both on air and on our streaming app, WFAA Plus, reporting on what was initially called in as an active shooter at Wilmer-Hutchins High School. You can see it's a school of about 900 kids, right there where 20 meets 45.
Here's what we know right now. 4 people were shot. 3 of those are at Baylor in Dallas. 1 is at Methodist in Dallas. We are awaiting a brief.
Let me just say this: Baylor Hospital is one of the top number. I don't live in Dallas, okay, but I'm just saying because everybody know Baylor is one of the top trauma hospitals out there for anybody. Not that I want to go. I don't live in Dallas, but I'm just saying. Let me go ahead and play it. And welcome everybody just coming in. Doreen, thank you for coming. Gemini, I'm going to go ahead. Hi, blessings, Justice. I was reading your sign at Justice, blessing to you and all. No notice at Pinkie is live. That's you too, Justice. I'm going to drop my link if anybody want to come up while we're talking about this shooting and anybody want to pray. Justice, I'm glad to see you here, but that's you too. They doing that. I'm sorry. Love you.
At the top of the hour that we believe will include Dallas ISD Police. Important information to pass along to you, non-life-threatening injuries for all of those victims. We also know the ages. 3 of those are within 15 to 18 years old, so clearly students. The 4th victim there, we don't know exactly how old that person is. We also don't know how a gun got into a school yet again.
Yeah, especially a school in which that just dealt with a school shooting this time last year.
Yeah.
And had community meetings, had meetings with the Dallas ISD chief of police about the protocols and the safety procedures and trying to reassure parents that it was safe for their children to go to school. And yet here we are.
Hi, Miss Linda. I'm getting Linda. You can see my mind is everywhere, Justice.
I know it. I know it.
My mind is everywhere because I hadn't heard the school so many times. I got somebody that I got off the phone with people talking because I made some phone calls before I got online about the
Yeah.
school. Oh Lord, my mind is everywhere.
This devil is busy, ain't he, Miss Pinkie?
He is busy as ever.
Oh my goodness.
He's showing out.
Showing out. Yes, ma'am.
Ain't nothing good coming for you when you show out.
Nothing good. Nothing.
But you, oh Lord. Oh,
I guess he got tired of the old food, so now he grabbing the young ones.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. And I don't know, have you seen, I've been posting videos on planes falling.
Yeah.
They're falling every day, 2 and 3 a day.
Yeah.
Since that helicopter fell, it's like 3 and 4 and fell. When I say fell, they're falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Now
But he fired all the people who has the skills to navigate these airplanes.
Right. That is true. Hey, Miss Linda, come on up. Let me just say, Pride Mimi, thank you for being here. This is so sad and ridiculous how people prefer a pow-pow to a child's life. Thank you. That's that. I ain't gonna say that man name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Miss Linda, what can I come on up? I know you got to get back to work. Go ahead and speak, Linda.
Pinkie, I'm just letting you know, my little cousin's in surgery. He was one of the victims.
Oh my
So
Lord.
I might end up coming up that way. I don't know when. I'm waiting on them to give me the word if I need to come up there. So right now I'm kind of nervous and I'm kind of worried about my cousin that has breast cancer also. It's her grandson.
My goodness.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
We're not comparing bad situations, Miss Linda, but my ex-husband, my son's father, my first husband, he just passed Monday.
So I have you in my
I'm so sorry,
prayers.
Yeah, it's just too much going on. It's too much.
It
is. Lord, I tell you what, we got you in our prayer too, Miss Linda. Keep us posted on if you have to travel, because we want to be praying while you on that road and praying when you get there.
Yeah, I'm waiting on her to give me word because I'm worried about her health condition because she told me she got bad news Friday with her breast cancer and stuff. So I'm worried about her.
Oh my goodness.
Lord. I tell you, devil is busy.
He busy. He busy, but I know somebody that out busy him. And that's God. God more busy than he is. So just because she got the bad news don't mean it can't be reversed.
Yeah, and because that child, that person that's still on the loose, could have hurt more kids than those 4.
Do
That
they
one
know why
child
he did it, Miss Pinkie? Do they know why?
he's still on the loose, so we don't
Oh,
know unless somebody that's speaking that's at the hospital. There's three of them at the hospital. One was grazed, but they don't know.
oh my
He's
goodness.
still on the loose, so we're
Mhm.
just waiting on the press conference to come in soon because they just started news at 4 right now. And this is WFAA Channel 8
Yeah.
ABC. So we're waiting on the news conference and everything. But everybody, Linda, I'll let Linda tell you. And Capricorn, thank you for coming in. Design, thank you all for coming in. Sharon, everybody, Janetta Speaks, thank you all for coming in. We have one of our own up here, Linda Gamble.
Yes.
Her grandson is one of the ones that was shot by the person that's on the loose. He have not been captured. He is on the loose still.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. I just, turned on. I didn't know everything. Oh, Linda,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Linda. I'll let Linda speak. Linda, did you want me to speak for you?
Is she
Linda?
still up here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still here. Thank you, Renata, for coming in.
Are you
Linda,
muted,
I'll go
Linda?
ahead and speak for you. Linda Gamble, this is Dallas Fort Worth. This school is in Dallas, but they call it Dallas Fort Worth because that's the metroplex. It's
Yeah.
Wilmer-Hutchins School. The person that did the shooting is still on the loose. 4 people was injured, 3 in the hospital. Oh, Linda's down now.
Okay.
One was grazed by the bullet. They got 3 at the hospital, and they're spread out in different hospitals. I know they are using Baylor Hospital, Baylor Methodist over in Dallas. We're waiting on the press conference now to happen, but the kids, I know one kid jumped out the window. Maybe I think it's maybe 2 or more, but anyway, they was running over to a nearby elementary school. But I'll let y'all hear from them,
Mm.
which we're still waiting. And if anybody want to come up, you're welcome to come up. And we lost Linda. Y'all make sure y'all send prayers to Linda because she's not only dealing with this, but she's dealing with someone else
Yeah.
in the family. What was that? She said, I can
Breast cancer. Someone had bad news about the breast cancer diagnosis.
this week. Wasn't it
Yeah.
this week?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, and she's dealing with that plus the grandson at the high school here. All
Mm.
right. Let me put it back on for you all. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Justice. This is too much.
You
Too much
can't
for me.
imagine that this would happen. It almost as if it's some type of movie or something that we're actually having to witness this incident within that time frame. And so it is indeed stressful. We know that there's a lot of confusion, but it is mind-boggling. I'll put it that way.
Does Dallas ISD have a lot of work to do in terms of reassuring these parents that this isn't going to happen again, that it's safe for their children to go back to school?
Well, let me just say this. As a council member who deals with communities that face public safety responses and issues on a day-to-day basis, I continue to stress the need for all of us to stay engaged and work together. We continue to stress the need, if you see something, you report it. You see something, you say something. And so we're very sure that as it continues to fold and unroll, that we will hear that input coming in to make sure that perhaps this will not happen again. But holistically, as a former educator and a parent, I can tell you that in the state that we're in right now, there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of angst going on, and the minds of the students and the parents are just in total disarray. And so you can imagine as they are receiving text messages from their children, telephone calls, just the emotion. And so we learn from our experiences, but indeed, no one would expect that this type of incident would have happened within that time frame, but it has happened. We have an opportunity to work through our police department, along with the DISD department and the community members, to see how we can work together so that we create a system. If you see something, we say something. You know who those individuals are. And we know that it is our responsibility not to hold information. And so we're here to work, number one, with the district as they need us. This is a very emotional time for those families. We're happy that no one has received a life-threatening report from the hospital, that we have not. But there will be some emotional scars.
Justice, I'm going to, y'all send some prayer hands in the chat for Linda if you can. Let me pull up and see what the other, see whether anybody else, other news sources are saying. Okay, Justice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you want to say anything while I'm doing this, because this is crazy.
Well, the thing that puzzling me is this person that's on the run was a student, which means you live at home with your parent. Where's the parent? Right. Why they not saying nothing? And how are you on the run? How are you on the run? You're a kid.
Right. But let me just tell you, did you realize they had already had meetings just not too long ago about the same thing? But not just that, this kid is on the loose. He was in the school, got into the school with the pow. That's the problem. They're trying to figure out, how did he get into the school? That's a big problem. That's a big one there.
Yeah, but then too, look at everybody who then shot up the schools. They got in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that they say they was gonna do to stop people from getting into school, that don't work. That hasn't worked.
And now, guys, I'm not muting it. They're not saying anything right now. Okay, so it's not muted. You can see that. But you know what? That's the problem. They let people walk around with these big pow-pows all across their shoulders in Texas. You can walk here all over the place. You can go in restaurants. I haven't been on a restaurant. And let me tell you, when I see a person walk in with one, I have done this. Me and my husband, we're sitting there, or me and my husband, kids, we're sitting there. We get up and walk out. I get up and leave. I do, because I don't know. Are you coming in to sit down, or are you coming in so you can look around first and figure out where you're going to stand?
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting ready to do what you're going to do. I'm not taking no chance. When I see you walking through, I let my husband know. We get up and walk out. We just leave. We just leave. We ain't taking no chances. I don't know what your mind state is. Because I don't know you, I leave.
Well, it's like the Wild Wild West in Texas, because the Orange Man party has passed it so that you don't even have to have a license to carry no more. You can just get you one, strap it on, and you got a right to have it, because
and you be walking down the street all over the place.
Yeah, that's because the big donations came from the gun manufacturers. So we got to make it easy for people to buy their guns so that they can make money.
That's sure enough. You're right about that. Hi, Sunshine, for coming in. Oh, Lord, you're right. That's his friend.
Right. That's why they refuse to ban that assault weapon. They won't even ban that.
No.
Now, what person need to be walking around with an assault weapon?
I know.
And then when something happens, they want to act surprised. Why are you surprised? It's crazy.
I'm just so I can see what other NBC. That's Channel 5
Welcome
News
back, everybody.
Too.
It is 4:13. I'm Teresa Woodard in the WFAA newsroom with continuing coverage of a developing situation, a shooting at Wilmer-Hutchins High School in southern Dallas. This is a live look at our chopper at the scene. Good news, you can tell that a lot of the emergency crews that were there with their lights and sirens on, they have dispersed. We're not seeing any more ambulances or fire engines, but we are still awaiting news from police on exactly how this happened. You're also looking at a picture of the stadium there. That is where students are awaiting to reunify with their parents. These are students who fled the scene from the high school when this shooting happened. Again, to bring you up to speed, it was around 1 o'clock this afternoon when at least 3 to 6 gunshots were heard inside Wilmer-Hutchins High School. We have late word that 4 people were shot, non-life-threatening injuries for all of them. So that is good news that we can bring you. We know that 3 of those victims were between 15 and 18 years old. The age of the 4th person is unclear right now. We know that 3 of those victims were shot. 1 was grazed by a bullet. Again, important though, non-life-threatening injuries for all of them. This is not the first time this has happened. It was 1 year ago this week that there was another shooting inside Wilmer-Hutchins High School. We are going to go now to WFA's Brittany Moncrief, who is on the ground for us. She has been covering this all afternoon. I know, Brittany, you began your
Let me ask you a question. They just had this last year of a pow. Now they got another one. How did the kid get in there? When you make more, and they was talking about having meetings and stuff over this stuff.
Mhm.
So how you all still drop the ball? Why are you having meeting and figuring it out? Can you please figure out a way to guard the door or put something at the door?
Yeah, well, see, it costs a lot of money to put those metal detectors at the doors, but you want to spend that money on something else, making a pretty exterior. You want to spend that money on something else to draw more people to the school to get more funds. You ain't thinking about the safety of the children because
No,
metal
you're not.
detectors would have picked that up.
Yeah, that is true. Because one person don't believe in this stuff. The orange haired man, the other little partner with him,
Yeah.
just rolling
Yeah.
around. And we
And,
ain't
and
finished.
I call that other man in Texas the vampire wheelchair man.
Ooh, you're right.
He,
Roller.
yeah, he'll roll all over anything that's gonna be good. He want to.
Right.
Do you know millions of dollars were earmarked for Texas for people with special needs, for people with for seniors, for housing? He turned it down. Said we don't want it. We don't want it. But we got people living under bridges, people trying to get help that can't get help because he turned away millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Because it
You
was
know what?
marked for the wrong thing. Now, if it had been marked to make another golf course,
Oh,
so him
yeah.
and his friends could get together, he'd have took it.
Right. Because they ain't worrying about him trying to learn something. They want him to be out there in the sun so they can be running things. Because
For
they know
real.
he's too stupid to run
For
things.
real.
Yeah, you go ahead. We're gonna make sure you got another golf course so you can and
Mhm.
we'll run stuff for you.
Yeah, we got this. Don't worry. Go ahead on Orange and play. We got this
Right,
for you.
right. Just like a 10-year-old. Go play in the sandbox. Oh my Lord, I tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Let me see what she's saying here. Thank you, Justice. Let me see. It's just
afternoon, talking with students who were evacuating, talking with family members who were quite concerned about the news that they were hearing from those students. What is the situation on the ground right now?
Well, yes, Teresa, we're here over at the elementary school. And actually, you know, you talked about just a year ago this week, we were here for a separate shooting that happened last year. And this is the same spot where we were last year. And here you'll see parents coming over trying to pick up their students from the elementary school. Now, there's also some high school students that made their way here too. We spoke with a few of them earlier, but they tell me that when they were near the B hall where the cafeteria is, they said they heard about 5 shots go off, and then that's when a group of high school students took off running from the high school, and they actually ran here to the elementary school. One of those students that we spoke with is a senior, and he said that as he was running, he noticed that one of his friends was lagging behind, and when he looked back, he saw that his friend had been hit in the leg. Now, we're not sure if his friend was one of the people who were hit by the gunshot or it was grazed, but we do know that one of his friends was hit. And so again, we're here over at the elementary school. Parents are able to pick up their students, and it's starting to clear out a little bit here on this side of the school. Teresa?
Okay, Brittany Moncrief, we appreciate all of your live coverage for us this afternoon. We're going to let you continue to go gather details. And we are again awaiting a news conference from Dallas ISD. We're not sure exactly when that's going to start. We were told the top of the hour, so we were expecting it at 4. Now we believe it's being moved back perhaps to 4:30 or so. So as we await that, we are going to take a break. Stay with us. We'll have more coverage on the other side of this.
Guys, let me show you some students speaking out. Some people are speaking out. I'm going to take this down. This is sad. This is sad. They just had this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've been meeting about this problem. I guess somebody say, y'all still ain't fixing the problem. So I got a chance to go do what I need to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sunshine Shed, please say weapons, not the G word. Yeah. Or just say the pow pow. I
Yeah.
just call it the pow pow. Thank you, Sunshine. Let me just pull up right here. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna pull up on who. Okay, some people speaking. You know how you got students maybe speaking or
Yeah.
parents. So I'm gonna bring that up. Thank you all for being here, because this is no easy task for anybody. Nobody at the school. And Linda, I understand. Everybody, Linda is got a grandson here at the school. So you may not see Linda's in and out. I guess when she dropped down, she haven't came back. She got a grandson at the school, and did she say he's in surgery, or what did she say?
She didn't
Jess?
say. She don't know. She waiting to hear.
Okay, she's waiting to hear. Her grandson is at the school and everything, guys, and so she's waiting to hear. NRA can't make money on metal detectors. No, they can't. That's why they got foods like they got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's Linda. Pinkie, I am on my way to Dallas. Okay, she's on her way to Dallas, guys. Drive safely, Linda. Drive
Mm-hmm.
safely there. Please drive safe. Everybody, put prayer hands or safe driving emojis or something for Linda in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's on her way.
Lord,
Okay.
Lord.
Y'all, let's show Linda a lot of love and respect right now. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. And she said she loves us all. Marvin Gaye said it's best. What's going on? Praying for all. Oh, Lord, don't bring that song. Oh, I love that song. That's what we
Yeah.
need to be praying, hearing right now. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Oh, I wish I could play it. If you two will let that be a song, I will play it right now because we need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for the what is that? You're gonna be okay, 31 likes. Okay, 31 likes. I got it, Linda. You just go ahead. Don't worry about it. I got it. And Justice, we got this. Don't we just we got
Yes,
this. You
ma'am.
just go ahead.
Yeah,
Drive.
you just relax. Stay focused.
Stay focused on the road. Because you're
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to hit rush hour traffic. You're already probably hitting it now. So you just drive. We got this. We got this. Justice, can we pray for Linda and her family? Yes, we can, Justice.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Uh 31 likes. That's what she meant to say. When she put this up here, I knew what she was meaning, though. 31 likes. You just drive, Linda. Don't worry about things. We got this. You just get your clothes, because I know she ain't got nothing packed. Just throw you something in your suitcase and you get them moving on. Don't worry about us. We got this. Miss Linda, 2021. Tell her we got this, Miss Linda. Thank you for coming in. We trying to tell Linda Gamble, we got this. Linda, you just drive. You just get you some clothes, throw them in a bag or a suitcase, and you just, or if you got a big enough purse, throw you some changing clothes in there, and you just get on the road. or pull
Mm-hmm.
into Walmart and pick you up something when you get there, some
Yeah.
clothes and underwear when you get there. Be safe, Linda. We love you. Uh,
Mm,
I'll let everybody else know Linda is on her way to Dallas.
mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Let's just pray for good news. Let's
Yeah.
just pray for some good news.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm.
Yes, Lord.
I just want to say, God, please watch over Linda as she drive
Mm-hmm.
on her way going to Dallas.
Yeah.
Or just drive
You
her
want to pray
safely.
now, Miss Pinkie?
Yes, let's go ahead.
Yes, everybody, we're going to come together in agreement because the word of God said, if any two, no matter who you are or where you are, if any two touch and agree on anything they ask, God said, I will do it. And he's not a man that he should lie. He's not the son of a man that he have to repent about anything he said. If he said it, he's going to do it. So we're going to agree. We're coming in agreement in the name of Jesus that when Linda gets there, she's going to have a good report. We're going to ask God to give angels charge over her as she travels through this road, through this traffic, that the peace of God be her best friend right now. And that the family of this young man, her family member that's been shot, we don't know if he's shot or grazed or whatever, but whatever's going on right there, we loose the angels of the Lord to minister to that family, that the angels encamp about them as divine protection. And then we pray. We pray for the safety of that community because the shooter is on the loose. So we loose angels in that community. God said, whatever we loose on this earth, he gonna loose it in heaven. So we gonna loose protective angels into the community to protect those who this person is out there among, hiding, running from the police. We pray the wisdom upon the police department to locate this man. And we pray the heart of whoever see him anywhere. See something, say something, report him. So we bless Linda right now. We bless her family. We bless her family member that was shot or grazed. And we just speak peace to this situation and healing in the name of Jesus. Amen and amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Justice, for
Yes, ma'am.
being here, for coming up, for saying a prayer over
Yes,
Linda.
ma'am. Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
my Lord. This is devastating. This is hard. But she said her classmate is driving her.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's good.
And okay, her classmate is driving her. Okay, that's good because I don't think she's in no condition to be driving and
Mm-hmm.
everything because her phone may ring and they may tell her something she don't want to hear.
That's true. And
Yeah,
then too, she nervous too, not knowing.
yeah, yeah. You're right about that. Oh my Lord, guys,
Mm.
this is bad. We're gonna listen to some of these people that's speaking out. Let me see, Capricorn. Be safe, Miss Linda. Love you, sis. Sharon saying, Justice, thank you for the prayer. Amen. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Mama. Hi, Miss
Hi.
Pinkie. Hello.
Thank you for coming up. Thank
Hi.
you.
Hi,
We're
Hello.
Miss Cheryl.
Hi, babe. Who's this?
Miss Justice.
Hi, Justice. How you doing, Mama?
I'm blessed. How
Justice.
are you?
I'm good. Is
Go
Good.
everything
ahead and
okay?
inform
What?
Linda, Cheryl, what's going on, if you don't
Ma'am,
mind.
what did you say, Miss Pinkie? I'm
Can
sorry.
you go ahead and inform her what's going on?
Oh, Miss Cheryl.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you've been here, but Miss Linda is on her way to Dallas because of that shooting at the school.
What? What
Yes, one of
shooting?
her it's a shooting. It's all on the news.
Oh my
At the
God.
Dallas school, four people shot, three shot, one grazed, and Linda's on her way because one of her family members was a student there.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes. So she got a classmate driving her. She's on the road as we
Oh
speaking or
my
getting ready to get on the road.
God.
Yeah, we just had prayer for her. And Miss Pinkie is showing us what they're saying. She's live on every report that they bring it through at the
Oh my
school.
God. I'm praying. I'm praying for
Hmm.
her and her family. My God.
Yeah.
Did
What
you
is
want
going
to say
on?
something? You want to say something to Linda?
Linda, I love you and I'm so. Oh my goodness.
I don't think she's not in the chat no more, but she can hear us. I think
But
she may still have a
I love
phone
you, Linda, and
going.
I'm praying for you, Mama. I'm really praying for you and the family, and hope
Mhm.
everything's okay. Oh my God, Jesus. What is
Yeah.
going on with all
Thank you,
these
Miss Debbie, for being here. Miss
going
Debbie is
on with
here.
all these shootings in these schools? What's going
It's
on?
a
I
devil
don't know,
loose. That's
Cheryl.
all. It's a demon.
And this is in Dallas, Fort Worth. The school is
Mm-hmm.
in Dallas is Wilmer-Hutchins School, a high school.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh
some of the
my
kids,
God.
they ran on out closer to a elementary school that was close by. They ran over there. But I'm going to let you y'all finish watching it. Hi, Miss Debbie. Thank you, Miss Debbie, for
Oh my goodness.
Aunt Debbie for being here. My mind is so gone right now.
I'm telling you, it's just it's too much.
It is. It is too much. Now, if anybody
Goodness.
else want to come up, y'all are welcome to come on up.
My
I figured
God.
you and Debbie and stuff, so because all of us are so
Hi,
close
Aunt
with,
Debbie.
and Linda helps
Oh my
everybody.
goodness.
Yeah, you know,
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God.
and I, this is so close to, I didn't even know
Oh
that
my
school. I don't live
goodness.
in Dallas, but I know that school. I heard
Mm-hmm.
uh, because I have a lot of educators in my family, and one that's got her names. Every school know who she is because she's a big person. She was a big person, uh, a, a very high person. So that's how I know all these schools.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Debbie, for coming up. Let me see you. Thank you for coming up. You heard about what's happened to your Linda, right?
Yes, thank you for having me. Hey, Pinkie. Hey,
Hi, Aunt
lady.
Debbie.
Hey, Cheryl.
Oh
Hey.
This
God.
this
Jesus.
is bad.
This is
Her grandson goes to the school.
oh my
Her what is
goodness.
it? Her classmate is driving her right now. Is driving her there. This was about 4:28. So this was 4:28 when she dropped this message. Um, but I think she's been left the chat for but uh, I don't think she can drive herself anyway. We didn't think so, and she is upset because she already got
Oh
news already,
God.
bad news this week about somebody that's battling, I think it's cancer,
Yeah, breast cancer.
breast cancer, and then
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
yeah, and then this happened with her.
Put
So
your prayer hands up here.
yeah,
Oh, right.
and
Tell you, boy.
I
If it
just
ain't
want
one
you
thing, it's
all,
another. If it ain't one, I'm telling you. Shit.
yeah. I,
Hmm.
I knew if I call you Debbie, I said Debbie must be on her live or Ethel doing a live. So I said, let me call Cheryl and let Cheryl know.
Me and
But
Aunt Debbie
that's
was
why I
talking.
said, just get in here and I was going to let you go back, Cheryl. I just want you to, and it's like, because you need to let Debbie know, Aunt Debbie know, because I don't
Yeah.
want,
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
want
no, me and Aunt Debbie was talking at the time.
Yes, I wasn't going live today because I'm waiting till my blood levels go up to a certain
okay.
point because they low. They not where they should be, and I'm just trying to get them to the halfway point, and then I'll come back on live. But
Okay.
Linda Gamble, if you can hear me, this
Yeah.
is Aunt Debbie. I'm praying for you and your family. Let's
Yes.
just pray that everything is fine and all right. And
Mm-hmm.
God got you. He got us all. And just know that your sisters are here for you
That's
when you
right.
need us. We love you and we're praying for you and your family. And
Yeah.
may God bless you and keep you, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. I tried to let Black Titanic know, but she haven't answered to her phone because she had
I
court
only call
today.
V, but I'm on live. I
Yeah,
only
she
call
had court
V.
today.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I'll tell you all some more about the court in just a little bit. Let's catch up with this right quick. And y'all make sure you send
Mm.
love to Linda Gamble. Please send love to her by way of emojis or some type of poem or prayer to her. Okay, because she's still watching. She's still watching, but she's not able to get in here with us right now. So please just send things. So because when she
Yeah,
see
I'm praying.
that
Pray.
everybody flooding the chat, That's gonna make her smile. That's
Yeah.
gonna put a smile on her face. You know. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my Lord. And we just did a prayer right before you came in, Shirley and Debbie. She
Oh,
just
okay.
did a prayer and it was wonderful.
Well,
She prayed.
amen.
She did great.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
What else is gonna happen? Plane, oh,
Our
these
high school
planes
students here
going
who
down. I don't
ran
know
from
what's
the high
going
school when they
on.
heard those gunshots. One of those students is Aldo, who joins me. He's a senior this year. And Aldo, tell me what happened. Your friend was actually one of the students that were shot.
Yeah, he was one of the students that were shot. I don't want to say his name or anything, but he was running behind me in the cafeteria. He got out after me and my girl got out, and he was basically asking for help. He was like, "Hey, something hit me or something," and he said, "Take off my boot so I can see it." And I'm like, thinking he's joking, but then I'm like, "Okay, let me take off his boot," and I take off his boot, and there's a big gash or wound on his leg, and he's saying it's hard to move, and that eventually it ended up he couldn't feel his leg no more, and yeah, I mean the whole situation was really just like a lot of adrenaline, and there was like you just had to act fast.
Yeah. I want to know, how are you feeling right now?
Now I'm a little bit more calm now that I'm away from everything, and that I know everybody that I'm close to is safe, and that the people that I love know that I'm safe too.
And I remember you were talking to me. You're a senior this year, so you were here last year when a similar incident happened. What's going through your mind? The fact that it happened last year and now it happened again this year.
Yeah, I was already like on edge, like not on edge, but I was already like instinct kicked in, like same with the last one. It was a different experience though, because last one I was safe in the classroom. This one I had to run, and so there was a little bit more adrenaline in that one. We really just had to book it from there. My arm, I'm not injured or anything, but it almost got caught when people were trying to run, and I almost got caught through the door.
I'm glad you're okay. I know our anchor Chris has a question for you. Chris, you can go ahead and ask your question. I'll tell Aldo.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. First of all, I'm so glad to hear that you're okay. But as for your friend, did he recognize or see the person who fired?
3 ways to get paid after a car accident that you didn't.
Oh, man. That kid could have been seriously injured. When I say seriously injured, that thank God it just went to his leg or his foot, his leg. He said leg. Oh my God, because it could have been up a little higher.
Mm.
Ooh, my Lord.
I don't know how they get these powers in these schools. After
That's what I
everything that
wonder.
done happened, I don't understand it.
They had one just last year.
Yeah,
Same
and you
time.
think that they would take precaution to make sure that this doesn't
So
happen
Chris
again.
was asking if you did your friend recognize the person who was shooting the gun, or?
No, I didn't ask. Like I said, it was just like in the moment I wanted to help him out as soon as I can. I didn't get no description of anybody. They were saying I was in the cafeteria. They were saying it happened in B Hall, or like close to around there. But the shots sounded they were coming from that direction, B Hall. But I wasn't able to see the shooter or anything.
And B Hall is near where the cafeteria is.
Yes.
Okay.
It's right outside.
And you all were in the cafeteria at the time, and then you took off running, and that's when you realized that your friend was hit.
Yes, I realized he was hurt somehow, and I just had to help him out.
What happened after you pulled his boot off and you were able to help him?
After that, I mean, I noticed there wasn't any like signs of he was bleeding rapidly, so it wasn't bleeding anything. It was just like a bruise from a paintball gun, almost, that it looked like either he got shot or he hit himself and he was just confused and he didn't know. I don't know. It was a lot of emotions going through that day.
And I know you mentioned that because this happened last year and then it happened again this year, there were some things that you already knew what to do. Tell me about that.
As soon as I got outside, I was able to call my mom and tell her, hey, there's a shooting outside again. And she was like, really? There's no way. And I had to tell her, I showed her everything. I was outside, and she was like, are you gonna call your grandma to come pick you up? And I'm like, well, they're not gonna let her in from the last time. And so I told her, I just wait it out to let me see what they tell me, because I already knew I was in a safe location away from everything. So I just really I just stayed there.
And I just have one more question because I know you're going to go back over with your family. How did you know to come this way to the elementary school?
This way, it's because it was more. It was just away from everything, all the chaos. So it was more calm. You get to relax and just breathe and think everything through.
And you guys waited inside the elementary school until you were able to be released, or
we just ran over here.
Just ran over.
Yeah.
Here. Just getting away from everything. Yeah. Thank you so much, and I'm glad that you are okay. I'm glad your friends are okay, and we'll be out here. Anything you all need. All right, thank you. So yeah, Chris, just as you just heard, students, they're reliving, for some of them, what happened last year. And that's hard for a lot of students to go through. We had a student that was earlier today. She was so shaken up, she couldn't speak. And then you just heard from Aldo, who took off running once he heard the gunshots, only to find that his friend who was trailing behind was one of the students who was hit. So he's been waiting here to get updates on his friend. He's back with his other friends, and they're all safe, thankfully. But again, here over at the elementary school, there's still parents that are outside waiting to reunite with their students and also pick up some of their children that are over here at the elementary school. Chris?
All right, thank you very much, Brittany. Yeah, in a very high stress situation like this, I mean, your brain is shooting all of these additional sensory signals into your brain. So it's why a lot of times when people are describing what's happened, what they describe is a much longer period of time than what actually took place. It's because they're getting all of this input, and it can be really hard at the time when you're hearing a gunshot to determine exactly where it's coming from and how many you heard and what is happening in that moment.
And Chris, even though this is Texas, there are a number of people who don't know what gunfire sounds like. It doesn't sound exactly like it does in the movies and on television. It's that short pop, and when you hear multiple ones, you're like, well, that can't be what I think it is.
Yeah.
And no doubt that's probably happens in a lot of these situations. Unfortunately, these students here and many of the staff relived this from last year too. Brittany getting some of the most detailed information yet on the injuries of that one person who was shot, if indeed that was the person who took the bullet wound to his calf. I'm glad that person is okay.
For
but
1 second. Oh Lord, this is a lot of information, because I called to get word on what was going on. Because, like I said, I heard the school, never been to the school, but I heard the school so often, all the time. I don't live in Dallas or anything, don't live in Fort Worth, but I heard of this school so many times because of educators that I'm always around. And, and people that's in the know in different positions. So, so I'd heard of this school many a times, and probably the same school has been on programs and stuff, a lot of programs that I do and different things. So.
Was the person caught? Was the person caught?
No, the person is still at large.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I kept bringing up Divine's post here. Said it's awful when children can talk about these incidents casually. They have been talking about this, I think, of just a few weeks ago, about what they need to do about that last pow at the school. Last year, this time last year. Now they got it again.
You would think they would have took precautions after the third, fourth time that this happened. A lot of
you got the wrong people in power here in Texas. You got the little crazy man that runs around, be rolling around. Then you got the orange man. That's all them just don't mind about people walking around with pows hanging all over their shoulders and across their backs and front.
And then you got the crazy guy who took his family to a warm climate while everybody else freezing.
Yeah. He taking them out of he taking them where they can go on the beach.
Yeah,
everybody else freezing and going unalive.
Yeah. There was one school shooting that the father bought the boy a pow pow, and I think
Yeah.
father got I think he got charged with that too.
Mhm.
The father bought him one. I'm like, what is?
This
I just
this
don't understand.
person, so far the last we heard, Cheryl, he have not been, he's not in custody yet.
Wow.
So somebody need to get this person under custody
Yeah,
because
they need to get him off the
right
street
now
fast.
he's a loose target
Yeah,
running
he's
around,
candy.
running around.
Yeah.
Mm. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Armed and dangerous.
Thank you. And then you know how young people think they thinking all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing somebody come up on him, he'd probably pow them too.
I know one thing, they're getting younger and younger. I never seen nothing like it. 14-year-olds know how to use a weapon better than an adult do now.
Don't they? Because for
Crazy.
him to get that many people,
Yeah. Ain't that's
that
crazy.
many people.
But you know, the strange thing to me is why they not identifying him. They got cameras in the school. Why
Thank
nobody
you.
is
Right.
knocking on his parents' door saying, "Hey, where your son at?"
Right.
They
Ain't
acting
nobody.
like they don't know nothing.
People need to know who he is so they
Yeah,
stay
they
out of
do.
the way.
Every school got cameras in there. They record everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Janetta as high as possible that he's still on the loose.
Yeah.
They do
Boy.
not once have mentioned a name yet. If they mention a name and put a picture up, so if he pull into a store or go into a store or a coffee shop or donut shop, like most high schools got around them, somebody gonna recognize him. They're gonna call
Right.
him. They're gonna hear, oh Lord, that's that
Yeah,
kid. I
they
better.
always
But
say, you see?
most parents would be up there saying, "Look, son, if they don't know where he is, turn yourself in. We
Right,
with you. We're gonna support you. We're gonna help you work this out. Turn yourself in." Because
right,
he's subject to getting pop out himself by the popo.
Yeah.
right. That is true. That you're right about that.
And I think he know by now, um, if he ain't unalive, he gonna wish he was because
Uh-huh.
he doing life in prison. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So he gonna wish he was. So turn yourself in.
Turn
That's all
yourself
I
in
gotta
now.
say. All I gotta
Yeah.
say. Turn yourself in. And if you see something, as they say in New York, say something. That's it.
Right. Because that's how people keep getting through the cracks. And because
Mm-hmm.
they can be sitting right in the middle of you,
Yeah.
right there where everybody else is, and just blend themselves on in.
Mm-hmm. You never know.
You would never know. You're right, Cheryl.
Huh.
Mm-mm.
I'm from a city that stay on the news. So
Mhm.
New
Right,
York,
you,
New
Cheryl.
York,
Y'all stay on the news.
New York stay on the news for something or another.
Well,
So,
New York is where all the happenings at. Every
oh
New
God,
York, where everybody go. Everybody want to go to New York.
right,
Everybody want to visit. Not a person alive to say they don't want to visit. They want to visit New York. Everybody gonna want to visit New York.
boy, this is where the happenings are at. Boy, oh boy,
Yep.
it's crazy. You know,
Well, here,
I pray everything's okay.
now this is not me that's buzzing. That's the I'm gonna.
Oh,
They
okay.
bringing somebody out there. You see that on
Mm-hmm.
the stretcher?
Yeah. Boy, I'm telling you, God bless.
Isn't that person? They land on their back or front?
I can't tell.
I can't either.
Oh, on the front. Okay. Look like somebody with some long hair. Looks like a female.
And that's an elementary school.
No, this is a high school here. They ran across to the element. They
Oh,
ran. There was an elementary school that was near,
oh,
so that's where everybody was running to.
oh. Okay.
And I get, elementary trying to figure out. I guess why all these high schoolers running over here.
Yeah, don't run over here. Don't have him shooting at us.
Right, coming this way.
Mhm.
They're putting this. I think that's the same person.
Those poor kids. Those poor
Yeah,
kids. It's crazy.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
That
don't
must have
know.
been really scary for them. That's scary.
Yeah, and this is alive here. Y'all can see it over here. This is alive here. This is live coverage. This is coming from CNN news right here. Before I was reporting local news, which is WFAA Channel 8 News in Dallas Fort Worth. This is CNN right
Yeah,
here.
CNN, they be on it. CNN.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crazy. I tell you, it's planes going down. What's going on?
Now, let me talk about that, Cheryl. I'm glad you brought it up. There is a plane that's been falling. These planes, because I did y'all, because y'all know I cover all these planes falling, because I call it the planes falling out of the sky, right? There was one, remember that helicopter crash that had that family of 5, and then the pilot all was unalived in that crash in the Hudson River? Cheryl, how far is that from you?
Well,
Cheryl,
Miss Pinkie, I'm here, Miss Pinkie.
the
What's far from
helicopter
me?
crash. How far was that from you?
The Hudson. That's in Midtown. That's kind of far away.
Okay.
Kind of far from me. Yeah, that's in the Hudson. That's in Midtown.
Okay, downtown.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Midtown's where the Hudson is at. Deep in
That's
Midtown, man. Yeah.
okay.
That was a terrible crash too. I'm like, what is going on?
Right. It just broke apart in the sky, mid-air,
God,
broke apart in several pieces.
unbelievable. I said,
And not just that, when it falls, it don't fall all at once. The body of the plane fell, and then other pieces, boom, boom, and then the what do you call it? The thing that spins around,
Propeller.
propeller, just
yeah,
making its way finally down.
Yeah.
Right, and then after that, they got that same day another plane crash happened that evening.
That's why I
Because I
gotta
was
stay
keeping track
flying.
of them. Because I
That's why I
wanted to go
gotta.
live on it, but I couldn't because I just had my procedure, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, and then the next day I woke up, it was another plane crash. That, and then I just covered one, was it yesterday? I just covered one yesterday. Did a video on one yesterday. They've been falling every day. Falling every day. Now,
That's
remember,
why I
these
gotta
all
stay.
start falling in January. When January hit, after sun so the orange
I
head,
know.
you know
Orange man,
what I'm
orange.
think
I
about it.
know.
We didn't have
Yeah,
there was no such word as they just been falling from the sky.
yeah.
I wouldn't even think of to say that then.
I noticed that. Huh.
But all of a sudden, when all these people get laid off, they get these things saying you're fired. uh Random emails, you're fired, and all these people in positions that govern the and control the airspace, people that have been there for years and know what they supposed to be doing, they leaving.
The devil,
Not because they want to.
the devil's at the realm. That's all I gotta say.
Me and Jess was already talking about before you got here, saying the devil is busy. Debbie, you there, my love?
I'm right here, yes.
Okay, I know we're talking. I know. Go ahead, Debbie. Anything that you want to say? Because I'm not going to hold y'all too long, huh? I
I
was
just feel
trying to.
like the parents, you see your kids going to school. Sometimes you got to take them backpacks. And then you got to pay attention to your children because
Thank you.
you know your child better than anybody. You know when he off balance. You know when something ain't right with him. You can tell. Your child been around you a long time. Parents make excuses for their children, but I blame the parents. Why you
Right.
got your kids around guns? Why aren't you checking to see if you know that he sound kind of off to you? Why you not paying more attention to see what's going on with him?
That's right.
Ooh, thank you. Ooh,
That's
mama.
right.
He sounds kind of off, or
Right.
acting kind of off.
It's ridiculous how these things keep happening in the schools and the parents acting like they know where around that they don't know. You know what's wrong with your child. Step up.
They're not. They don't want to be held responsible. That's why they pretend like they don't. They didn't know nothing or see nothing, and everything.
Well, they're just responsible right now for what he's doing, the action he's
Right.
taking.
Right. That
It's
is true.
better yet to take action to see if he's sick and how sick and what can we do to help you with your mental state. than have him out shooting up schools.
Right. You are right. Because we could have had a whole lot of people still going to the hospital and maybe unalive. And even to say the people that went to the hospital, those other three, not to say that they may not, they may make it, they may not. We don't even know that yet.
And now
And
they
then he got another charge on him.
and they
Yeah,
always
look at the
say,
young man that what he do unalive his parents, talking about he will go unalive the president and then hurt these folks and took their money on his way to do something to the president. You may tell me that parents didn't know their kid was sick.
They knew.
they know, but a lot of times too,
Mm-hmm.
they try to make it they act like it only happens with black kids in the hood, but it's on their side of the fence too. I hate to say that, but now they see it on their side of the fence, and they don't want it. They want to ignore it because they feel it only happens in the hood. It
Mm-hmm.
only happens in the minority. It happens in their yard too. They just ignore it because they think their kids are perfect. So I hate to say that for the clear people, and they always
That
think
is true.
the people in the hood that it's only the kids in the hood that do this, but they see that it happens everywhere, not
Yeah.
one place. I just,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel so bad, just
I
gosh,
know.
God, oh Linda,
And
ah,
Linda is supposed to keep me updated with what's going on.
yeah,
And I know you all probably are going to talk to her too. Uh,
yeah.
and if I hear anything, I'm going
Yeah, let
to,
me know. Yeah, please, Miss.
I will.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you all
all right,
know
man.
and everything. And y'all make sure everybody say prayers for Linda, Debbie, and Cheryl when y'all go over to somebody's life. Just let them know to say
Yeah,
prayers for
yeah,
and everything.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
definitely will.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh
Mm,
boy, oh boy.
yeah.
Well,
And guys, I'm gonna keep y'all updated with what's going on with Linda too. There's no sound here, but static. Oh, hear that?
yeah,
I'm gonna see. Can I get? There's nothing but static there. I'm gonna, but we're gonna have to keep our eyes um, on our children, people, because
tell
I know what it's like. I got some that don't listen, but and everything. But I know how it is when you got kids. I got three of them boogers. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
And you do got to
So,
watch because a lot of them do
and
suffer
sure,
with
you got
depression.
kids.
Yeah, I
Everybody
got
got
three.
kids.
Yeah, I got three, and
Debbie, huh? You
I
got
said
I
I
three
got
got
two
three.
too.
daughters.
You
Two
Yeah,
got two
daughters.
daughters.
and
Yeah,
a lot of them suffer with depression. So a lot of times you do have to watch because you be surprised. A lot of these young people suffer with depression. A lot of times, they keep things in. They don't talk to you. They keep things to themselves. Yeah, you gotta watch them. You definitely do. You gotta like Aunt Debbie said, check their book bags. Check their knapsacks. Watch out for
right,
strange behavior. They acting different from how they always act. You know,
right.
you gotta watch it.
I'm
Crazy.
There's a
Ah,
student that said she
mm,
was traumatized by the a student is speaking out on the
uh,
on WFAA. Let me bring it so you all can see it, saying that they was traumatized. I'm quite sure. Who said it in the chat? Thank you, clutching my herringbone. Them pearls, huh? Somebody said it in the chat that I don't know who said it. How kids are dealing with this. I can't remember. Okay. Oh, I didn't even bring it back up, did I? Okay. Here it is, guys.
wow.
What we have seen this afternoon, the initial calls of this incident came in just after 1 o'clock. So about 1:05, the 911 call started going out, and they came in to first responders as an active shooter call.
And this happened at Wilmer-Hutchins High School. It's a Dallas ISD school. It's on the southeast side of the city of Dallas, around Interstate 40.
I don't know why it's doing that. It's very
5 and
good.
Interstate 20 to kind of give you your bearings of where it is in the city here. This shooting call went out, and obviously police raced there from a number of agencies. Dallas Police, Dallas ISD Police already had an officer on the scene from our understanding. Wilmer Police, ATF agents, federal agents are there now too. Transit Police from DART are there. Everyone rushes to the scene. The bottom line is they found out after, getting things settled here, 4 people got injured. Now, it's important to delineate this here because of the 4, only 1 person was shot, and that 1 person who was shot was apparently struck by a bullet in the leg and in the calf area, and that's where that person was hit. 3 of those people went to Baylor Scott and White in downtown Dallas, the Deep Ellum side of downtown Dallas, which is a level 1 trauma center. The other patient went to Methodist Hospital in North Oak Cliff. The good news is all of those people have non-life-threatening injuries.
Yeah, we have a team of reporters, both here in the newsroom, folks making calls, talking to their sources with various law enforcement agencies. We now have 2 sources that have confirmed to WFAA that authorities do not have the suspect in custody. So 2 sources confirming to WFAA that at this point, they do not have the suspect in custody. I want to get back out now live to my colleague, Dia Wall.
Y'all did hear that. The suspect is still not in custody.
Wow.
Y'all hear that? He is still not in custody. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
They're going to
'Cause
find
I don't
him.
see nothing good coming out of this. If a kid is still running around with a pow and just shot, pow for students, that's not good. He's already in that still hiding. He probably still be in that height. What do you call it? Still hiding.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm
Yeah.
hiding.
Yeah, his anxiety is roaming, and he's scared. He's scared. He know they looking for him.
And now federal is involved now, so they definitely gonna find him.
Yeah, he was on government property at school.
Yeah, that's federal. They gonna find him definitely. So
yeah, they looking for him.
You can run, but you can't hide.
But I think somebody said, "Where is the school cameras?" They know who he is.
No, they know. Why they not talking to the parents to see where he would go?
Right. But and you know what? Another person that wasn't close to the pow may know him. He may call one of them. So you need to put his name out there. So because when he start hurting people like that with a pow, he forget the fact that you're underage right now. We need to get you into custody before
And
somebody else.
they're not even letting the others, the public, know who it is. What if he angry enough to go to some of those other kids' homes?
Right.
We don't know if he had an agenda or a list or anything.
Right. Or walking up in a store, a convenience store, or a coffee shop, a donut shop, like kids normally do.
Yeah. Did he have a
What
car?
if you do that?
Did he own a car?
Or
Right.
better yet, somebody might
You better
decide to take
believe
some. Or better yet, somebody might decide to take some street justice.
Yeah.
And take them out themselves.
You best believe the police got a description of him by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know who it is.
What the parents should do,
they're
though.
not letting us know.
Right, but they're not gonna let us know, because if they let you know, then that'll just tip him off. The thing is, the parents need to get him before the police. They tell you to put it down and you don't, and then you end up on the live. So the best thing to do is for him to turn himself in, not to alarm the public or alarm him by putting his picture there. You put his picture up, he might hurt somebody else. But best believe they know who he is, and they doing a sneak attack. The parents need to take him down there, turn him in before somebody do something to him. Because the police are pow first and ask questions later.
And he go on somebody's property. Ain't that Texas? Right, ain't that Texas? Where he might go on somebody's property and they might take him out.
You know, everybody down here, people in Texas, they got them Popeyes.
Yeah, and they can take you out, and then nothing will happen to them. Because
sure enough, sure will.
So that state they take you out, and they nothing. You on their
They'll
property,
take
they can
you out
take
on
you
a
out.
heartbeat down here.
Yeah.
But why is it taking them so long to even do a news conference? That's what I want to know.
Didn't they say they was going to do one in the in the very beginning when we was
Yeah.
watching? They said they was going to do what? Now I'm still waiting. It's like, are they waiting till they because they are? I don't know. Are they that slow with getting the information for us? Probably duck off in a trailer, shaking my head. He probably is in a trailer somewhere, clenching my Harry
Might
Bunny.
be hid
Trailer
inside the
somewhere
school.
hiding.
He could be hid in the school.
Yeah.
Nobody say they saw him leave.
No, sure didn't. And that's a big school to be hiding in. Yeah, you could hide up in a
And in
school
most of those
somewhere.
cases, when that happen, a lot of times they off they self. Sometimes they find them they done off they
Mhm.
self.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that y'all can see it's all a lot of wooded area around there.
Yeah. He might have
You see all
unalived
the trees
himself.
in
He
the
might have
wooded
unalived.
area?
Yeah, he might have unalived himself. He know what he's facing, a life in
Right.
prison. So he might have unalived himself. They do that
Right.
a lot of times. And
Yep, they do.
the other shooting, he unalived himself. They found him unalived, you know. So,
Divine said, did they have cameras and locked doors? They seemed like they didn't because he just came on in.
I know.
And
No
and as for the
security.
all schools got cameras nowadays.
And no security, no metal detectors, nothing.
Incident just last year, where they had all these police and everything over the same thing, and then they got it again at the same school.
I'm here in New York. All high schools have metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Yeah, here too. Clutching said they have identified the suspect, but no arrests have been made. Okay, well, let me hear. Let me, oh, Lord. So they identified him. I'm going to catch. Thank you for letting us know.
You've been out there, Dia, watching sort of the frustration mounting as parents waited to be reunited with their children. What's happening now?
So right now, we are starting to see a very slow trickle, guys, of families who are being released, including some students that I just so happen to run into here, 2 young ladies who go to Wilmer-Hutchins. First, how are you both doing?
I'm okay. I'm just glad I didn't get hurt.
Talk to me about the scene inside the school when all this started happening.
Oh yeah, we was up in the cafeteria and we just heard 5 gunshots and we got scared. We just started running.
If you could describe the moment inside the school for everybody, I know you said you started running, but what about everybody else?
Some of us ducked, some of us ran, some forgot their stuff, but I feel like we all made it out safely.
So then it's been hours. You guys are just now getting released to your family. I mean, what is the feeling been for you?
You said what's the feeling like getting released? Oh yeah, they should have released us earlier. Well, I knew it was safety, but I kind of been wanting to go home because I was scared. It was traumatizing.
I'm sure you guys have seen reports of school shootings before, but to know it happened inside and multiple people, your classmates are hurt. How does that feel?
That's scary. I wouldn't want it happening to me, and I feel bad for the people that did get hurt.
For you, what would your message be for all the families at home who are watching that this is really a part of your story and your history now?
Be safe because you never know what might happen. It could be you just let your child go to school, and it could just be a shooter that could be hurt. Just be safe out here.
I know you said you heard 5 or 6 gunshots, right? But did it happen in the cafeteria?
No, it was it sounded like it was in the hallway. I don't know, but it was near, but I don't know.
Do you have any indication? Has there been any conversation about what led up to this, an argument, anything?
No, not that I know of. I don't know anything. I just heard the gunshots.
In those frantic moments when you guys are running, do you remember the first person you saw once you stopped hearing the gunshots?
I saw her. I just went to my closest friends, made sure they were okay.
What were those first few seconds like after?
It was scary. I didn't know what to do. I kind of started crying because it was so scary.
Who'd you call?
I called my mama.
tell me what that conversation was like.
I was telling her that they shot, and she was like, and she was scared, and she didn't know what to do. So she sounded like
Look, I know this is a lot to process, and you guys are just happy to be able to leave and go home.
Because I'm happy to go home. Like, I am so happy.
I'm gonna let you ladies go, okay? Thank you for taking the time. So
Yeah,
like I
let
was
them
mentioning,
go,
man, we
'cause
may
they
see
crazy.
one family, one group come out every 60 to 90 seconds or so. As you can imagine, it's taken a while to check.
I'm getting ready to pull up the information from NBCDFW 5 right quick. Thank you for letting me know, clutching for letting me know. I'm getting ready to pull that up right now. This is, let me see. And she's said is they doing a press conference. NBC Dallas W5. Okay, I found it. Okay.
This is crazy.
Huh?
I say this is crazy. They just had a road rage shooting on Highway 6 in Texas.
Yeah.
Man just got killed.
People in Texas, they about to
I'm
lose
telling
their
you.
mind.
Do you know they slogan? Don't mess with Texas.
Yeah, don't mess with Texas.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my Lord, I tell you. I'm
2000
getting ready to pull up this one here.
2025 came in wrong. God, Jesus.
It's been wrong ever since
Ever since-
January. I ain't gonna
I'm
say that date
telling
because
you.
then y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, ever since January 1st, it's been one thing after the
But y'all know that date I'm trying to say. I'm
Whew.
not gonna say that date.
I
We're gonna
know, I
pretend like
know,
I didn't say
I
no
know,
date, did I?
I know. Huh.
I ain't say a date the first. I ain't say nothing about no date. I'm not gonna talk about no date.
2025 came in with a bang, boy.
That had the smallest people out there looking. You know, you ain't gonna say who it was, but you know, on the lawn of that big White House. Let me see. V Jackson, I see you there. Yes, ma'am. We ain't gonna say no dates, guys.
Hey, V, my booski.
We ain't gonna say who they are, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That person that held that hair flying up.
Yeah. When you think of the color orange, you know who we talking about.
Right. But the hair is so thin it flies up in the air. And y'all ain't gonna say nothing about it. Ain't gonna say nothing about that hair. I'm not talking about that hair.
Testimony begins trial against the parents of the suspected gunman in the 2018 Santa Fe high school shooting. The families of the 10 people killed that day are suing the accused shooter.
She's talking about the Santa Fe. Wait, let me let this run while I answer this. Hello.
Details of the case. Evan.
Good morning to you, Deborah. So Antonio Spagorchis and Rosemarie Cosmetados are accused here of not doing more to get treatment for their son and not have access to this weapon. So their son remains in custody this morning, but deemed incompetent to stand trial. Demetrios Spagorchis is accused of killing eight students and 2 teachers after opening fire at Santa Fe High School back in May of 2018. He was charged with capital murder after the deadly shooting, and again has not faced a criminal trial after he was ruled incompetent and placed in a state hospital. Victims, loved ones, and witnesses of the 10 people killed in this shooting gathered privately for a vigil during jury selection, and they are hoping the shooter, Demetrios, will one day face a criminal trial.
I never gave up hope. Still, like I don't give up hope that we may one day see the killer go to trial. I live off of hope. I don't ever lose hope. And so I'm glad that we're here.
Doctors at a North Texas State Hospital in Vernon have been working to restore his competency since 2019. The trial is expected to take 3 weeks. Spagorchis and Cosmetados have denied any wrongdoing in this case. I'll send it back to you, Deborah.
Okay.
That's an old one there. I thought it was Here's one. Let me see whether anybody got a press conference going on because this don't make no sense. We've been waiting. Yeah, I wanna I wanna know. Let me see. Uh, let me see. I think is this NBC 45 minutes? Let me just see. Okay, so they're gonna begin with the breaking news they've been following. This is within the hour. Within this hour. Let's see. If not, while we're listening to this one here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go.
With that breaking news that we've been following all afternoon, the shooting at Dallas ISD's Wilmer-Hutchins High School.
Dallas Fire Rescue tells us 4 people were taken away by ambulance, 3 with gunshot wounds. Injuries range from non-life-threatening to serious. We have team coverage from what happened to families being reunited and security in this school.
Yeah, we're going to start with NBC5's David Goins and the investigation. David?
Yeah, good afternoon. So we're here outside the school, and really for the entire afternoon, we've seen parents coming here to pick up their students. Want to give you kind of a look of kind of what we see right now. The amount of law enforcement is still significant, but not what it was a couple hours ago. In the time since we last saw you, normal pickup time for parents to pick up their students. As we've learned from Dallas Fire Rescue, 4 people were injured, including 3 with gunshots. We spoke with parents as well as a Dallas City Council member in the hour or so after this occurred. Take a listen.
My daughter said that they shot while where she was at, so she had to hide in the counselor's office. But my wife was already here. She spoke to them, and my son was in another part of the school. So they're both okay.
It's a sad day for DISD, and I'm thankful for all the fire department, the police department, the state troopers, the DART, and DISD came to the rescue on a fast pace and secured the school.
And back out here live again, there's still parents who are picking up their students. And there's an elementary school not far away, so there's parents picking those students up as well. Clearly, there's a lot of questions about this investigation that we expect really in the next few minutes or so to learn more about. The superintendent of Dallas ISD is really set up kind of not too far at the front of the school with a DISD trustee, and we expect to learn more certainly during this newscast. We are live in Dallas. David Goins, NBC5.
That's right, David. Thank you. We are expecting that press conference.
See, everybody's
but as news spreads into the community, parents started arriving at the school to get their children.
NBC5's Alicia Barrera has been talking to families this afternoon. Alicia, how are they holding up?
Now they're much better. I mean, they're able to hear from their child. They're able to hug their child and go back home to try to get some sense of normalcy. However, that was much different just hours ago when they were trying to get access to the school and they had to park their car pretty far away. When we talk to the students, they say that they were in a bit of shock. They voiced fear after, of course, hearing those gunshots so close. They say they were anxious, waiting it out. But then again, that relief being able to go home. They say now they're just confused. They thought the metal detectors and clear bags meant that they were safe. The students I spoke to say their days started off just like any other one. They came in with their clear backpacks. They did tell me that those were checked. According to the students I spoke to, they say they did go through the metal detectors and just went about their day. But once those gunshots rang out, students tell me they wanted to take cover, but they also wanted to be able to communicate to their parents and also check in on their classmates. Take a listen.
I heard a few shots go off, but I wasn't sure if they were real gunshots. So I just stood there like I froze. I was trying to process what was happening, and then shots got fired again, but it was like a few more. And that's when me and my classmates stood up and went behind the teacher's desk and took cover. And I was making sure that my classmates were okay because They were whimpering and they were crying, and I just wanted to make sure they were okay.
You know, these students, again, left in shock, trying to figure out what went wrong, how someone was able to bring a gun inside of the classroom. And, you know, they talk about that confusion. What comes next? Do I come back to school? The parents saying, you know, I want to pull my child out of this school. And we talked about what some of these, especially the older students, have gone through in just the last year. It's almost to the date that we were standing out here reporting on another school shooting. So these kids, again, rightfully so, scared in those moments. But now that student line starting to die down as parents are able to pick them up and head home. We're live in Dallas. I'll send it back to you.
Alicia, thank you. And today's incident comes a year after another shooting at Wilmer-Hutchins, where a teen shot another teen who fought him the day before.
Education reporter Wayne Carter joins us. Wayne, there are a lot of questions now about safety after that.
Yeah, there certainly were a lot of questions about that last year. Even students, parents, even the superintendent have wanted to know, how did a gun get inside with security and metal detectors at all the doors? That's the question we were asking a year ago at this time, and it appears we're facing those same questions now. We sat down with the police chief last year who blamed human error for the gun getting in last time. He promised better training, a solid review of all procedures. The school had metal detectors. One was broken last year, but that was not what led to the incident. According to the chief, it was staff simply just not catching the gun. Holes in the system that the district promised to address. So certainly those same questions remain this year. How did the gun get in? Were there more holes in the system, more human error? If that was the case, and more so, does this shake the confidence of parents that students are safe coming to campus each day? The district promised additional staff last year as well. We're waiting for an opportunity to be able to talk to Dallas ISD about whether all those things they promised last year actually took place and what went wrong this time around. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Wayne Carter, NBC5.
Wayne, thank you so much.
Okay, guys. And we've been waiting on a press conference. So far, I haven't seen one. It seems like it was someone new. And
So
because they got this gap right now, I doubt if it's going to be fixed, because they could have fixed it over a year ago. They just talking around it and everything. Fix the problem first, and then y'all can sit down and talk about the cost of it.
Yeah, but they say they got metal detectors. So
and they
how
were
did he
metal
get that gun
detectors.
in?
Right. They were metal detectors. So how did
Was he able to walk into the school without going through the detector?
That's what I wondered. Did he
Yeah.
walk through there?
Yeah.
Or did he
Somewhere.
hide a pow in the school for the day he get ready to do something?
But then if he had it during that time, how did he get it in that time? You see what I'm saying?
Well, you know, they said one time that one of the machines was broke.
It was broken. I wondered, did he know it was broken? So did he come through that way? Because the machine been broken before. And kids know. Kids pay attention.
They smart.
They smart.
They
They
are
smart.
They
They
too
see
smart
that
for
and they
their
look
own.
at this.
They too smart for their own good.
They said last year was human error, but the machine was broken. So,
was
if
the
you got a
person
person that's not doing their job, did that
exactly?
person get fired?
Exactly. What if the person who's supposed to be checking the machine as they go through wasn't even there? Somewhere else gossiping or running that mouth, and he just walked around it instead of going through it.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Kept the person probably on the cell phone, not paying attention, or like you said, just decide, well, he ain't paying or that person ain't paying attention to me. I just walk around it right quick. Because at least just walk around it and keep walking.
And they do be gossiping and running their mouth. They don't care.
They do.
Oh my Lord, I tell you, this is awful, guys. But when we've been waiting on this press conference. I haven't seen it. And
That's sad.
It appears the person was familiar with them in the school. Yeah. He was probably kept going through the same door that he know was broken. and he figured he can still. I bet you probably seen how many opportunities he could have bringing it through. Probably saying, "Oh, I could have brought it through," and then decide to go ahead and try it.
You know, the strangest thing to me is the fact that we waiting on a press conference this long, because every powing that we have witnessed, they be out there talking, saying what they
Yeah.
know, what they don't know. We looking for him. We looking in certain area, but they are saying nothing. Now I begin to wonder: is he related to somebody who are they protecting or something?
Yeah, because they took a long time to and I still haven't heard his identity.
I haven't
I
heard
haven't
it
seen
either.
no pictures, and it's not like I've just been on the same uh news outlet. I've been doing different ones, so I haven't seen nothing. And I've been looking because I can see them up on my other money. I've been looking. I don't see nobody with it up talking about a face or a name. I don't see it. Maybe they got it coming up, but they ain't got it coming up right now.
That's why I
Right.
tell a
So
lot of
I'm
these
just
kids in New
learning
York.
too.
I tell a lot of these kids in New York, you want to hold a pow, join the military. Do something positive. Since you want to hold a
Right.
pow so bad, fight for your
Right.
country. If you're gonna do all
Yeah,
that,
that's right. Go
please.
do that.
Yeah.
They'll show you how to shoot pow one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just know they're gonna shoot back, but still, you want to do something positive with it. Then out
Right.
here doing all this this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Wow.
Divine said most people are found quicker, it seems. Yeah. Let me help everybody to go ahead and give their because we've been at it for an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they haven't had if they do a press conference, I will make a video of it and drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, guys, I'm going to drop the information. Let me just about what happened in the courtroom. I'll go ahead and tell y'all since y'all live with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me say hi, Impetitious. Thank you for coming
Hi,
in. Thank
Impetitious.
you.
Hi. I
Let
miss
me tell y'all what
Impetitious.
happened in the courtroom. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end. But the court was today in Madison County Courthouse in Alabama. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Black Titanic and Maurice today, which was April the 15th. It started at about 10:30. She got there a little before 10 or got there early enough so she can take some pictures and stuff and do her video with me. So I do have two short videos here, and I got some pictures and stuff. And also, so I'm going to make a pre-recording out of that. I
Mm-hmm.
do a live today though, but I'm going to do a pre-recording. So I'm going to drop that. Now, Maurice came, I would say Maurice Jefferson Scott Sr. So y'all know I'm talking about him because when I say Maurice Scott, see, that's not him. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he came allegedly. He came into the courthouse with the same great looking suit on. Look with the same old suit on, looking the same old way, nothing different. So it was nothing about his shirt or tie, like Black Titanic said, that stood out to it because he had the same suit on. He came in there without an attorney again. Okay,
Mm.
no attorney defending himself,
Mm.
and not even prepared again. And he was so when he came in, he went over to try to sit by O's attorneys. And there was a young lady, I guess she was learning to do it, and there was another attorney with her. So when Maurice came in, he sat over there where they were, and the man actually just got up and like he trying to pretend like he don't want to sit, but he didn't want to sit by him. So he got up, but the young lady couldn't move because she had nowhere else to sit. But
Mm-hmm.
he was going to be doing the presentation, the arguments, right? So, but I understand she did a great job for somebody that's new. She did a great job. Maurice, on the other hand, that says during that video I showed. Remember, he said he's a darn good lawyer, right?
Yeah, he did.
Darn good lawyer, right? He said,
And he said he's
that
very proud of himself too.
right, very proud, high Victorian out of his class and all that,
Mm-hmm.
very smart, educated man. But doing allegedly during the court, he was not prepared. He didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do. The judge was getting very irritated and frustrated with him,
Of course.
and almost like chastising him like he was a kid because he was acting that way. Everybody was looking at him because, and she had to make him speak because he didn't want to get up and speak. It's almost like she had to coach him. Are you here to defend yourself? Who's defending you? Because he didn't want to speak. And then let me see what else. So when he was trying to give arguments or different things like that, it didn't make no sense. It was like everybody just looking, and Black Titanic's lawyer, so smart, so on her feet. She was running circles because also there was a new attorney sitting over there with the older seasoned attorney, but she was no match for Black Titanic's attorney. No, he represented himself again like a fool. And like I was saying, if he had millions in the bank, if he was a millionaire, multi-millionaire, he'll have somebody represent himself. O's attorney was dismissed from the case. But that's just because they was dismissed today. They did argument today saying that he did, because they're not he's not an agent or employee or anything of theirs. But so they was dismissed today. But because they dismissed, that's not mean they're going to get off. They still got I think 10 days to file an appeal, okay, or something. But Maurice Jefferson Scott Sr. was not dismissed. Okay, he is still on the hook for all that money, millions, and he don't have no millions because if he did, he would have been hired himself an attorney because he act like he was misinformed, didn't know what he was doing. You know how somebody never been to law school trying to defend themselves. I think a person that didn't go to law school and trying to defend themselves would have done a better job because he really didn't want to speak. The attorney, the judge had to make him get up and speak, defend himself. He thought he was just going to sit there and they was going to say something for him. No, they got up. They got up. The man got up.
In my opinion, Maurice should be disbarred. Period. He should not be allowed to practice any more legal. Give any more legal services to anybody else.
Whatever at-home course he took, they need to shut that down.
Right. He need to lose his He need to lose his law license because what he did was unethical and what he did was illegal. Going into people's accounts, doxing and doing all that stuff was illegal. He's supposed to be the officer of the law, and you out here.
But he may face criminal crime. He may face a criminal case.
He should.
Right now, this is civil, but that's some criminal crimes that were committed.
Right, because he obtained that subpoena on a false.
That's right, false pretenses.
To get into the largest database, which is PayPal, Google, and Meta, to get into their files, to get Black Titanic's information, that the same type of information that Little Demon Boy was trying to get from his ex-wife. Okay, so
and he knew the only way he could do that is he would have to have an order from the judge. The judge would have to sign off on something like that. He can't just do that on his own. So he needs to lose his law license. Hopefully he does. And I hope Miss Black Titanic get every penny that she's suing for. Because he has no right to do that. It was illegal. He need to pay for that. He do.
Right. He wasn't happy knowing that he is still on and ran away from him. Is trying to distance. Well, anybody can tell when the lawyers don't want to have nothing to do with you. They've been showing that every time he go to court with them. But they ain't got to be there no more unless an appeal is filed within these 10 days. So little boy, he's not the little boy. What is he?
Nasty boy.
Cake man.
I call him nasty boy.
The nasty boy.
Yeah, Janet Jackson say you nasty boy.
Yeah. Before we leave, Debbie, did you have anything you want to say before we leave? And thank you, Thelma.
Just say to Linda Gamble, I'm praying for you and your family.
Yes.
May all be well, God bless,
Thank you,
and
Debbie.
bless all the children that were saved, even the ones that were hurt. Speedy recovery to them. God got you. Things like this, you just have to, pray about it. Somebody
Yes, we
dropped the
do.
ball with that young man,
Yeah.
and maybe they can pick it up or get him the help he need, but let him do the time also, because he was out of line. And his parents need to go right on in there with him and do some of that time too. Get y'all tails on in there too. Y'all not exempt. Watch your children. Shaka said,
Right.
watch your children.
All right. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, guys. And we're going to go ahead and go because um, we've been here for 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and go.
All right.
But if they do a news conference on
Conference.
this, yeah, I will do it in a pre-recorded video so y'all can sit and post it today or this evening. And but what I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to drop information. I'm getting ready to drop some stuff. I'm going to drop the information from what I didn't show all today from Black Titanic's trial. Plus, I'm going to drop something on what's her name? Quad. Quad and her. I got a good man. I'm just messing with y'all. But I am getting ready to drop. I already got the thumbnail for Quad. I
Oh, I
already got
can't
setting
wait
up. I
for
was
that.
getting ready to do it until I saw the school shooting. Yes, Debbie.
I'm glad her up dropped the one on Quad and her good man, Savannah.
A good man. Man. You was bragging about
Somebody
that man,
running that.
huh? You
Oh, the
was
one that
bragging
stole the
about that
car? The
man.
one that stole the car?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one that
listen.
got that very expensive car from him. He gave her a very expensive car, didn't he? He gave her one of them luxury cars. The kind
Yeah, her
that
up
the
drop what you
Kardashians
got on
and
him.
stuff drive. Hmm?
I can't wait for that one. I'll be
Me
sitting right
man.
here waiting on that one.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop some stuff on her. Yes, I am. And then I'm going to be listening for this. So I'm going to be listening for this news conference, and plus I'm going to go ahead and before I go to bed tonight. Um, but I'm going to eat first and take my medicine, and but I'm going to drop something on the what do you call it? The court case and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that, guys. And Debbie, you be watching out for it too, so so that you can do your if you want to do your case on it, you can take anything from what I do or a work that and put it over on your site. You're welcome to do that. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for
You
having me, Pinkie. You take
okay?
care of yourself now and
I
calm
am.
Yeah.
down. Calm down
And
and
that's
take care of
husband
yourself.
speaking. This come say hi to everybody before you walk out. Come, they can't hear you over there. I knew he was getting
Hello,
ready to
Mr.
come.
Pinkie.
Say hello
Tell
to
Mr.
everybody.
Pinkie and the kids I say hi.
Hello,
Well,
Mr.
he's
Pink.
saying
Hello,
hi to you,
Mr.
Debbie. That's
Pinkie.
Debbie.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
We-
Okay, I'm getting ready to get off. Okay,
And give
okay.
Bella and Cole a hug now.
Me too. And the baby too. And the baby too. We love
Oh
that.
Hey,
Lord,
Miss
Phoenix
Pinky,
is
I'm finna drop down and I'll be
okay.
waiting
Thank you,
and looking for the
Justice.
alert. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Bye
Love
and
bye,
you,
and we're
ladies.
gonna do
Talk to you
Pinky.
something
later.
about that. Make sure sometime you two do that.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure you go to hit that notification bell. Hit all when it drop down. Hit
Yeah,
all
I
every
did.
time. But
I'm
you know
gonna do it
YouTube.
again.
Okay,
All right.
you
Thank you, Miss Pinky.
okay. Love
Love
you. Bye
you.
bye,
Yes, ma'am.
Good
Justice.
Bye
night,
bye.
ladies.
Okay.
Yes,
Love
ma'am.
Okay. Bye
you.
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh
Love
my
you.
God. And Debbie,
Bye.
my husband said hello to
Tell
you and
Mr.
Cheryl
Pinkie I
and
was saying
Justice.
hello to him.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
okay.
Hi, Mr. Pinky.
Okay. Okay.
Did you
Love
tell
Peace,
him
you.
I was
love
saying
y'all.
hello to him?
Yeah, I told him that's Debbie. I pointed to you. And I said, that's Debbie right there.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
you
me.
know.
Tell him I say hello. And you take care. Kiss that sweet baby for me.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, here's something else. I don't know what to say about Phoenix.
I know he done got big.
He looks like everybody think he's a 2-year-old running around.
Oh my goodness.
You know, he just turned 1 last month.
Oh,
he's so
He looked like a
sweet.
2-year-old running around on the 14th. Oh, he just been just a month now. He's been 1 year old. He's running around looking like a 2-year-old with those big old feet and hands of his.
They grow big fast.
Feet and hands.
They
Yeah,
get big
and you know, with
fast.
them long legs, we standing looking. He got the longest legs. He's in some big clothes. You can't keep and his feet. I bought him sneakers. No matter midnight buy him, he's out of them. But we ain't gonna worry about that. My husband is still standing in the doorway looking at me. So let me go ahead. He ain't gonna go because he know I say I'm getting ready to get off. He ain't gonna leave because they've been watching. They've been trying to monitor me and watch me and stuff. They're trying to make sure I do what I'm supposed to do. That's all.
Good night, Miss Pinkie. We love you.
Okay, good night, guys.
We'll talk to
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Love you soon. Bye. Love y'all,
Bye-bye.
Debbie.
Thank
Bye.
you.